Number 2, find the area for each of the following shaded region. So you see here, for the following, we know that we are going to do integration. And we have to see if it is attached to the x-axis or y-axis. So if x-axis, it is the x, and if y-axis, it is the y. So dx means y dx, and dy mean x dy. So you have to know the value of y when you do x-axis, and you have to know the value of x when it is attached to the y-axis. So here you can see that it is attached to the x-axis, right? So this one is obviously y dx. Okay, but then you have to be very careful because we know this one is x-axis. So when you do integration, below the x-axis you will get negative value, and above the x-axis you will get positive value, but area will always be positive. So what we need to do is that this one is area 1, this one is area 2. For area 1, you need to put modulus function so that you will get positive value for area 1, and then you can add up with area 2. Okay, so this one integration, you have to put from where to where. So you see this one is from negative 2, you see here this one is negative 2 to 0. So negative 2 to 0 y dx plus, so area 2, you see here is 1 from 0 to, okay, we don't know what is this point, so we have to find out what is this point. So it's given that y is equal to negative x, x plus 3, x minus 4, right? So we know that at this line y is equal to 0, so we can substitute y is equal to 0. This one is negative x, x plus 3, x minus 4. So we know x is equal to 0, x is equal to negative 3, and this one, so I just show you, this one would be equal to 0, x is equal to 4. And this one is the same thing, how we calculate this. So we know that 3 point, when y is equal to 0, x is this 3 point. So we can say this one is negative 3, but this value is not needed in our calculation, 0, and this one is obviously 4. So we can say this one is 4, this one is y dx. So don't forget to put absolute, to put modulus function, to put modulus, because this one will always be positive, because this value, the negative value we will get here will be changed to positive. Okay, all right. Okay, so we see here our y just now is negative x, x plus 3, x minus 4. And we know when we talk about integration, what we need to do is that add power with 1, and then we have to divide with power. So we add the power first, and then we divide power. So in this case, if we can expand it, it will be easier for us to substitute this one, to use this formula. So we can expand negative x, so x times x is x squared, x times negative 4 is negative 4x, 3 times x is plus 3x, and 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. So this one is x squared, negative 4 plus 3 is negative, right? Negative 1x minus 12. So here you get negative x cubed. So x times x squared is negative x cubed. Negative x times negative x, you get negative x squared. And negative x times negative 12, you get positive 12x. So sorry, this one is positive. Negative, negative, positive. Negative, positive, negative. And this one negative, negative, positive. So you are done with your y. So you can substitute y here. So this one modulus the 0. So your y is negative x cubed plus x squared plus 12x dx. See here your y and dx. So I close back my modulus function, plus this one would be 0 to 4, negative x cubed plus x squared plus 12x dx. Okay, so now you can substitute. So now you can integrate. So you see here, this one is easier for you to integrate. So we start with negative x cubed first. So we know that negative is actually negative 1. So it is a constant. Constant won't be affected. You just write negative. So x3, you add the power with 1, you will get x4 divided by power. Okay, now the second one, x squared will become x cubed over 3. Why? Because you add the power with 1, you divide with power. And then the third one is 12, it will become 12x squared divided by 2. So 12 is a constant, you just write it. And then for x is actually power of 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2, and then you divide with power. So you get this one. So this one is from -2 to 0. And don't forget the modulus, right? Okay, so this one is plus. So this one is, you see here, this one is the same with this one, right? Just this one from 0 to 4. So this one will become negative x4 over 4 plus x3 over 3 plus. So you see here 12 over 2 is actually 6. So just write here 6x squared, which is from 0 to 4. So this is actually, so you do the first one first. You see here, first you substitute everything with 0, and we can see that when we substitute x, this one is x, right? X with 0, this one will become 0. But I just show you, because why? Because negative, this one is 0, power of 4 is 0. So 0 over 4 is 0. Plus, this one is also the same. When you, this one I just show you, power of 4 will become 0. This one, okay, I just write it lah. This one, everything will become 0. This one is actually 0. After you finish with the first one, you have to minus and you do the second one. You substitute x with -2. So this one is negative. So -2 power of 4 divided by 4 plus -2 power of 3. You see here, this one over 3 plus 6 -2 square. Okay. So you are done with the first one. Here, up and down, and then you see here you have a plus 1 here, so this one will become plus. So you see here, up here is four, right? So 4, so this one is 4, so you substitute x with 4, so negative, this one will become 4 over 4 plus this one will become 4 power of 3 over 3 plus 6. So x will become 4. This one is 4, not -4, okay? So this one, okay. And then you see here, this one is, you are done with 4 and then with 0. So minus. So when you substitute x with 0, same thing happened with this one. You see here, the first one we do. So this one is closed, right? So you have modulus here. Don't forget the modulus. Okay, this one is up to this here. Okay, modulus. So this one you have actually 0 plus -0 plus 0 plus 0 is actually 0. Okay. So here what you will get is that this one, the first one, you will get 0. Right, this is modulus. So 0 minus. So this one is actually, so -2 power of 4, you actually get 16, right? Positive 16 over 4 plus, so -2 power of 3, you get -8 over 3, and 6 times -2 square is 4, 6 times 4 is 24. Okay, now you close this one, modulus, and then you have plus here. So this one, right? So you have -4 power of 4 is actually 256 divided by 4 plus 4 power of 3 is actually 64. So 64 divided by 3 plus 6 times 4 square. 4 square is 16. So 6 times 16. So you will get, so here you see here 0 minus a negative. This one you will get 52 over 3 modulus. So this one is plus. When you key in inside your calculator, you will get 160 over 3. So we see here this one we will get negative value, but since we have a modulus function, so we will get 52/3 plus 160/3. So here we will get 212/3 unit square. So B, so actually you see here there is two ways you can make it. You can calculate between the using the y-axis or the x-axis, but then I will prefer to use x-axis. Why? Because x-axis is y dx, and you already have the value of y, so you don't really have to calculate this one, because we know that when it is attached to the y-axis you need to use x dy, where you have to find x, but in this case you have y, but in this case you have the value of y, so it's better to use x-axis. So when attached to the x-axis you need to know what is the value from where to where. Okay, so we can see that the value of intersection, we can find it from the value of intersection. So we know that y is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 5, and y is also negative 2x plus negative 2x plus 5. So I just write it like this because I want to eliminate by minus, because when I minus y will become 0. So this one will become x squared, negative 4 minus negative 2. So negative 4 minus will become positive. Negative 4 plus 2 is actually negative 2x. And we see here 5 minus 5 is 0. So you ended up with this one. So we know this is the intersection. So here x squared minus 2x is equal to 0. X is x minus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 and x minus 2 is equal to 0. So x is actually equal to 2. So this one, the intersection is actually at 0. Okay, and this one is 2. So now we can do the integration. We know it's from 0 to 2. So we see here, we know that this one we are calculating from the x-axis. So we have to know which one is on top and which one is below. So why we need to know? Because the area is calculated from the x-axis. So if you can get the highest, so the formula is actually you take the highest one or the furthest from the x-axis minus the closest one. So furthest first minus the nearest. So why? Because this one, for example, this line is the furthest, right? Compared to these two lines, this one is the furthest. So this one is up here. So when you calculate the area, you will get area overall. Okay. So, but you only want this one, right? So when you minus the area under this one, okay. So we see here. So we have something like this, right? So from the x-axis, so between these two, this one is the furthest, right? So we calculate the area under the curve. So what happens if when you get the first one, the furthest one, you get this one. Okay, so when you get the area under the other one, you will get this area. So actually the area of furthest minus area closer one, you will get the area shaded. So you will take the furthest from the x-axis first, which is this one. So it's actually 0 to 2. So y dx, right? I just put it y1 minus 0 to 2 because it's from 0 to 2, the second graph. So this one would be the straight line, which is y is negative 2x plus 5 dx. So minus, because this one we want to minus the area under this curve. So this one would be 0 to 2. So the second graph, it is 1, y is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 5 dx. which is equal to, so for this one, negative 2x, so the constant we just take out negative 2, so x is actually x power of 1, so we add 1 plus 1 is 2, we add the power with 1 and then we divide with the power 2, first one done, plus 5 will become 5x, and this one is from 0 to 2. So you see here there is two ways. You see this one is from 0 to 2, this one is 0 to 2, so you can actually combine y1 and y2 together in one integral, or you can do one by one like this is also okay. So this one is the first one, and the second one, this one is x squared will become x cubed divided by 3, right? So negative 4x, so we just take out the constant, so x is actually x power of 1, this one will become x power of 2 divided by 2, and this one would be 5x from 0 to 2. So you can do it this way, or or you can combine. You see this one is 0 to 2, this one is 0 to 2, so same, so 0 to 2, so you can combine this one and this one to become negative 2x plus 5. So you see here minus, so you take this one, x squared minus 4x plus 5 dx. So this one is 0 to 2, negative 2x plus 5, negative times x squared, negative x squared, negative times negative 4x, you get positive 4x, negative times 5, you get minus 5 dx. So I just do the second one first. So this one you get 0 to 2. So we see here we only have one x squared, so this one is negative x squared, so this one is done. So we have negative 2x and positive 4x, you will get positive 2x, right? Negative 2 plus 4, and then we have plus 5 and minus 5, you will get 0. So you have dx. Now you can integrate negative x squared, you get negative x cubed over 3, and 2x, you will have 2x squared over 2. So this one is power of 1 from 0 to 2. Which is equal to, so when you substitute 2, you get negative 2 cubed over 3 plus, this one will become 2. So you substitute x with 2, minus 0, because when you minus and you substitute x, this one will become 0 cubed over 3, 0, and 0 squared is also 0. So here you will get 4 over 3 unit square. So you see here, when this one and this one is equal, you can directly combine, or you can do this one. But this one is quite longer because you have to expand it, 2 and 0, 2 and 0. But you will still get the same answer. You can check. So if you do it this one, you should also get 4 over 3 unit square. So you can choose which one you want to use, right? Okay. So see, I also have two ways. Either I want to do y-axis or x-axis. So if I want to do y-axis, I need to have y, x dy. So I have to know what is my x. So you see here, this one you have y squared is equal to 5x, right? So x is actually equal to y squared over 5. So this case, 2y is equal to negative x. So I wanted to get only x. X is actually negative 2y. So when I have both x, I can do x dy. So x dy mean it is from the y-axis. So this is the y-axis. So you need to know from what point to what point. Okay. And the second one, we need to know which graph minus which graph. So like in B, I told you, so the furthest, it should be the furthest one first. So the furthest minus another graph. Okay, so furthest one, because this one is y, furthest from y first minus another graph. And we need to know from where to where. So we need to know the intersection of this point. So we see here we have y square is equal to 5x, and we have 2y is equal to negative x. So we can substitute, right? So I want to substitute x inside here. X is equal to negative 2y. So this case, y square is equal to 5. X is negative 2y. So y square is equal to negative 10y. Right, so y square plus 10y is equal to 0. So you see here, I bring it. So y plus 10 is equal to 0. So y is equal to 0 and negative 10. So we know 0 is here and this one is negative 10. So this one is the intersection between these two graphs. So we know the furthest minus another graph. So the furthest is this one, the below one, where we know the x already, right? So this one would be, the graph is from negative 10 to 0. So negative 10 to 0, negative 10 to 0, and this one would be negative 2y dy. So you see here, this one is, so just write it, it's supposed to be x dy. And actually you can do y dx, so the same thing, but you have to find what is the point on the x-axis. Okay, and then minus another graph. So this one, another graph is negative 10 to 0 also, and another graph is this one, the below one, which is equal to, so we know this one, and x is y square over 5. So this one is y square over 5 dy. And the easier way should be to combine. I show you in B. So to combine is easier because it's the same, negative 10 to 0. So you just minus y2 minus y1 dy. Or actually negative 10, 0. So negative 2y minus. So this one is y square over 5 dy. So you integrate with respect to y. So this one, negative 2y. So y is actually y power of 1 is negative 2. Y power of 1 will become power of 2 divided with 2. Right? Because we add the power with 1 and divide with power. So minus. So this one is, we see here, y square over 5. So actually 1 over 5 is a constant. You can just take it. So y square, add the power with 1 will become y cube divided by 3. Okay, so this one is also done. So we close back. This one is negative 10 to 0. Okay, so 2 and negative 2. Negative 2 and 2 can be cut off. So here we have negative y square. So minus. So here we have y cube. So this one is 5. This one is 5 as the denominator. So multiply y over 15. 0, negative 10. So now you can substitute. So first you substitute y with 0. So this one you will get 0, right? When you substitute. And this one also 0 over 5 over anything you will get 0. So this one is actually 0. Minus, so the second one you substitute y with negative 10. So this one will be negative 10 square minus. So this one would be negative 10 cube divided by 15. So use your calculator and you are supposed to get, so this one is actually 0 minus, so we see here negative, so we see here negative, so 110 square, negative 10 square is actually 100, so it's supposed to be negative 100. So this one is minus, so negative 10 cube, negative we get negative over 15. So you will get 0 minus negative 100 over 3. So you will get 100 over 3 unit square, right? So you see here, this one is the y-axis, right? You are doing it attached to the y-axis, and you see it is on the right of the y-axis, so you don't have to put modulus. So here in A, this one we are using x-axis, so below x-axis will become negative, above will be positive. So this one x-axis, so above will be positive, so this one will be positive, and this one is y-axis, right mean positive, so you don't have to put modulus.